I've got to ask you a couple technical questions, if you don't mind. Your father was obviously a game changer for the industry. I mean, there's just no other way to look at it. He changed just about everything when it came to rock and roll drumming. Were there any of the songs that you have a very distinct style, and you're an amazing musician yourself, but your father's style and your style, if you're a student of the game, there's a very big difference there. Were there any of the songs that were tricky for you, or you thought to yourself, "Holy smokes, what was he have going on here"?
No, not really. I mean, they're all difficult to play. You just got to do your homework. You just got to. I mean, I find Zeppelin songs easier to play than foreigner songs for me, just because of the style. I feel a lot more comfortable in that freelance kind of scat kind of drumming, where I could just do a lot more free form. There's a lot more regimented and restricted when I play in foreigner. So for me, this is a lot more of me in this.
That's interesting. It's interesting that you would even come up with that. That's great, though. There's a video of your son, actually, you and your son, and your son's playing, and it's funny to me watching him play how natural, pretty intense footwork seems to be to him also. And that's one of the signature things that you and your father have, is the signature footwork, which just floors drummers.
Yeah, well, I hope he's got into tennis at the moment, and he's kind of put the sticks down. So I kind of know how Dad felt when I took up the motocross and put the drumsticks down. So hopefully one day he'll get back into it.
Yeah, I'm sure he plays open too. He's got an open style, which is a little different.
Well, he's left-handed. He's left-handed but right-footed.
Oh, really? So he's a lefty. I've run across a lot of guys who are actually righty and play open like that.
Yeah.
That's an interesting style. Do you have a favorite song to play on while you're performing this? Is there favorite songs, or is there songs that you just can't wait for this one to come up?
I always enjoy Kashmir. It's one of my favorite songs in the show. I like them all, really. I mean, Song Remains the Same is a good one. Just, as I said, each has a different feel. Some of my favourites are more, we were doing a version of Friends, which has got a cool thing to it. We were putting drums on it, like a tribal kind of drumming. So there's a lot of fun. We've changed a few things down, and then one of my favourites in the show has got to be where I join Dad and we do When the Levee Breaks.
And When the Levee Breaks was actually something, I was doing a little research, you weren't even going to really use that piece until you started playing along with him. Is that right?
Yeah, because it just didn't sound right in the rehearsals, and I said, it needs to sound more like this, and instead, I just said, why don't Dad just be the drummer?
That's great. Going back to the reunion at the O2, will there ever be a DVD release to that, or is there not going to be a DVD release of it, or nobody's interested?
I'm not too sure. I know it was filmed, and I know there was talk of it possibly coming out, but that's not in my department. I don't know.
Right. How was that experience? That had to be mind blowing too?
Oh, very much so. That was one of those things that you'll never, to say in your lifetime. Well, what did you do in 2007? I played with this little band called Led Zeppelin. It was a very special time. I had a great 6 weeks run up to it, getting to know them. And that was a great thing about it. It really was cool.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you what, that was a monumental thing, really, and even from that, I think they were scalping tickets for that thing for like $15K or something US. So that had to show you that that doing this Led Zeppelin Experience thing was going to be pretty popular.
Yeah, I never really thought of it like that. It was. It took me a while to really want to do this, and once we could do it in the way we're going to do it in this show, it made a lot of sense. It really does work out. It's fantastic the way the show's worked out.
And you handled just about everything, right? You worked with the guys that did the Rain, the Beatles thing. You sat in pre-production and laid this whole thing out. And I respect you for at the very beginning not wanting to bring up even the musicians that were in it, because you had said, look, if I want to focus on this, not on that.
Yeah, I mean that was it. I wanted to make sure that every band. I mean, I was literally doing the narration for the opening of the show an hour before we went on. So putting together the final few pieces of the thing right at the last minute. So it's worked out well.
And you are going to be bringing this to Toronto on October 29th at the Sony Center.
Yes, we will be there.
You know what? We're going to be there too. The producer of the show is the biggest Zeppelin fan that's ever walked the face of the earth. I think she was going to mortgage her house to get to the O2 to see you guys at one point.
Oh wow! Well, I'm hoping. I'm trying to also get my mum's. I think flying in with my sister for that show as well.
Oh, really? The Toronto show?
Yeah. So all the Bonhams will be there.
That's fantastic. I know that you're a busy guy and you've got a lot of running to do, and I appreciate you taking just a small time out. And I want to remind everybody, October 29th at the Sony Center in Toronto, Jason Bonham is bringing his Led Zeppelin Experience. Definitely go see this, and we'll have a full report on it. Jason, I can't thank you enough, and we wish you the best, my friend. And really what you're doing is a great thing.
Thank you very much.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you in a bit.